Hi, this is Nikki, and I'm here with part two of today's message. And I was just drawn to pull a Starman tarot for today, as to what message does your twin want to give you. And the Starman Tarot, I love this deck because it is based on the same design team, husband and wife design team that worked with David Bowie. And they are the fact that they're a husband and wife team as well, I just also really love. So, but anyway, this one just really wanted to come out. I was just sat here and they were just saying, no, we want you to pull a card. Right, so it's the Queen of Swords. Ooh, so the Queen of Swords is like acknowledging your truth and not taking any, not taking any BS basically, and living by your truth, living by your sword. And the great thing about this deck is that the explanation that they give for each of the meanings and is quite something. It's like a really powerful deck. So I will read what the Queen of Swords the Queen, you might be feeling a bit sore at the moment if your twin flame journey has caused you a little bit of the ouch. Then let's see. So the Queen of Swords is, I serve a noble cause. In mythology, the Queen of Swords was often rather simplistically conceived as an ice queen. This highly intelligent, forthright, and principled woman is tied to performing her duties and obligations as a monarch. She is not afraid for heads to roll when she needs to protect her own or her kingdom's interests, but the dark tears symbolize the sadness she bears as a consequence. For she is no lover of execution and death. To live in integrity, she would far rather build alliances with her adversaries rather than use brute force. She is dressed here as a Starman samurai kimono. It represents her self-discipline, courage, independence, honor, and willingness to serve her kingdom, no matter what. As head of state, she offers excellent counsel and constructive criticism with a piercing intelligence and well-earned wisdom. Here she handles sacred medicinal plants, which have co-evolved with human beings for millennia. We use them for healing and guidance as part of spiritual practice. We eat plants, drink their juices, ferment and distill libations from them. We consume them in 1,000 forms. While some are toxic, like the berries of nightshade, holly, and dogwood, many have proved extraordinarily valuable. Evidence of the use of herbal remedies, for example, goes back 60,000 years to a burial site in Iraq. Today, the majority of the world's population, an estimated 5 billion people, use folk medicine for both acute and chronic health conditions. The Queen's medicinal journeying enables her to cleanse herself of toxic thoughts and experiences, a form of spiritual cleansing to restore the mind-body connection, head with heart. Interesting. The mind-body connection, head with heart. Self-sufficient and perhaps a perfectionist, she is phenomenally capable, knowledgeable and engaging, with a brilliant intellect, able to penetrate into the source of a problem, whether the domain is personal, political or corporate. Her keen intelligence quickly strips away what's not important, accurately reflecting the facts and uncovering priorities and values. In the process, she uses her own experiences to help illustrate and unmask self-defeating patterns, understanding deeply on all levels the importance of a stitch in time to save 9. She applies this rigorous effectiveness with her own children, regarding it as her maternal duty to see her children grow up to be well-rounded, cultured, and highly educated, ethical adults. Not always the warmest of mothers due to the heavy burdens of duty, she does bring compassion and a deep understanding of the vicissitudes and trials of life. The Queen of Swords is deeply committed to them, contributing to their gifts and talents effectively and making a difference in the world. I love that. So basically it's just saying that she's hard, but she's hard because she's weathered a difficult life and she's learned. But the other message as well is to remember that she does that with compassion. And, that line about marrying head and heart. So the Queen of Swords is to use the power of nature to enhance your lifestyle. A brilliant mind, penetrating intelligence, serving a noble cause, well articulated and outspoken, a wise guide. So very interesting. So that's the Queen of Swords for today. I totally get that. And actually, let me just see, because the other side of that is also just what it means for her. The meaning, they also have what the reverse is. Right, so the Queen of Swords becomes embittered. Her searing intelligence, instead of being released exquisitely into the world to serve a noble ideal, is turned inwards in terrible self-reproach, or outwards to blame. Her emotional and intellectual intelligences are seriously out of balance. Either as a dried-out husk, her intellect lashes out to attack or destroy, devoid of the juiciness and fecundity of love and positive emotion, or flooded by emotion, she sinks into the mire of depression, paranoia, unable to see and think things through logically. Nurturing can take care of both these tendencies. And so it can be being bitter about a situation, placing blame on others, the heart and mind out of balance. And so that's, why that is coming through. It's because, it's so easy to get out of balance these days, in these times, and especially when everything is heightened at the moment. It's like, times when things are really heightened, it's like holidays, like Christmas, Easter, birthdays, but being in lockdown and having it constantly on the TV about families coming together, loved ones coming together, it's like a constant bombardment of the holiday time, which is also a very lonely time, because it also reflects the physical sign that you're not together, right? And that we are living a physical experience. Let's honor that, because that is difficult, and it does bring up, just like this says, it brings up the compassion, but also it brings up the other side of that, where you can get a bit bitter and a bit kind of gnarly. So that's what's going on today, and I totally get that. Today's messages have all been about the duality, right? And we can understand why, because it's not an easy situation, is it? Both on a global scale, both on a personal scale, but both for a twin flame, on a twin flame journey. It's kind of like, it is not easy path to take. So, but sadly, once you're on it, you can't get off it. So 33. Somebody just asked for letter 33, so in good timing, I was just doing this letter when it came through. So, of course, I remember our bubble phase. It's not something that I could ever forget or ever anticipate even happening, ever, ever, ever in my life. The magical feeling of being completely free to be completely who I am, to not have to put on a show or pretense, to not feel like I should be better in any way, to feel loved for being me, just little old me, and to feel that unconditional love and adoration was simply the best feeling I have ever experienced, and will forever cherish it and remember it every second of every day, and dream about it every night. Don't ever think I don't appreciate and love you and adore you and want to be with you with every fibre of my being, because I do. I absolutely well do, and I will. That's so lovely. So if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know the whole bubble thing, putting the humanity in a big bubble of love and light, sending rainbow rays into it, and remembering that bubble phase. And I, for one, have definitely been reminiscing about that time. So you're my flower that is blooming inside of my heart every minute of every day and night. The petals are unfolding. It's like my heart has been a closed up bud for so long, but you gave it the kiss of life, the reason for it to open, the reason for me to uncover my true inner beauty. But it was only because you showed me so much kindness and true love. You showed me what love should be. No deals, no expectations, just pure love, because we can't escape how we feel about each other. You ignited the flame of my own heart of passion flower, and we will blossom together. Oh, Oh, I did a healing for a lady. Was it last week or the week before? I can't remember now. But anyway, in her healing, it was about sweet peas, and part of the guidance was to grow sweet peas. And so I was like, took that guidance on, because we are all part of a collective. What? So I also have planted a whole load of sweet peas. And sweet peas, so I'm just waiting for them to come through and start coming out of seed. And I can't wait, because sweet peas are amazing. You know, that sweet, sweet smell, beautiful colours. And I just know that it's going to be a really healing time. And so that's what, that's the big thing about guidance. No matter how bonkers it seems, who would think that growing a whole pot of sweet peas is going to, but I know it will. And so whatever your guidance is, do it. No matter how bonkers you think it is, then it works, right? Otherwise you wouldn't be told to do it. So letter 33 is this: 1,000,001 things I'd like to say to my girl. You are beautiful, the ray of sun that shines bright through the clouds, lighting up the golden fields of hay. I dream of spending evenings with you, walking by the brook and having a picnic by an open fire that we've built together out in the wild. You are the wildness of nature, the beauty of nature, the pleasure in my heart. The simple things in life are always the most meaningful, even though we strive for so much more material stuff. What you've taught me is that none of that matters. The only thing that really counts is you and our love. Wow, what a beautiful message. So the only thing that really counts is you and our love, and everything else is just like coming into truth. The Queen of Swords is a bit of a badass, but for a reason, right? Because you got to cut through the bullshit, see through people's, fears, doubts, anxieties, which make people do and say the weirdest of things, which they don't mean. And see through it all, because you're the Queen of Swords. You know the truth. So we're going to finish on a Work Your Light, right? This deck, I love it. So the Work Your Light, what do we need to be doing? And it is this. Oh, you are joking. It's the ever unfolding rose. Just as I was talking about growing flowers. Oh, don't we just love the way this whole magical journey works? The cards, the messages, the synchronicities, the healings. Oh, it's crazy. I could not. I mean, I love it. So let's have a look. I think that is, I don't see what page it's on, but it's to remember that this is happening for you, not to you. And it's for you to uncover, more and more layers, because the healing process, the heart needs to break a little to grow back stronger. So the message is cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. The challenge of life is to keep your heart open when you most want to close it. To let life crack you open, to open through hurt and loss, to allow what is falling away to fall away. Being human is a courageous act. A life well lived is full of losses and tragedies, as much as triumphs and adventures. Wherever you find yourself at the moment, life is coaxing you to keep your heart open, no matter how much it hurts, to continually unfold, to let life crack you open. Perhaps you are going through a difficult time right now. Instead of cursing the difficulty, see it as a blessing, to open yourself up to the truth that perhaps, as hard as this may be, life is happening for you, not to you. And one day, in the not too distant future, you may just bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open. Now is the time to go gently, to treat yourself like a tender, sweet baby, to wrap yourself in a blanket and trust that the mother has you cradled in her arms. The seas may not all be smooth sailing, but you are safe and you are held. One day, not too far from today, you will look back at the transformation and be blown away by the poetry of life. Everything is going to be okay. Let it crack you open. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Let it crack you open. Trust. Trust, trust, trust in your path. Trust in your intuition. And know that you're a beautiful rose. Every day you are unfolding more and more and more. All right, I hope that helps. If you want a healing, a reading, a channeled letter, please do. All details are in the description box. If you want to have a channeled letter read out or a letter from these books, pick a number between 1 and 266 and add it into the comments field, and then I will read it out in a video for you. Yeah, in the meantime then, I hope you all stay well, stay bright. Okay, bye.